Women's History Month Luncheon, Changemakers. We're proud this year to honor women in tech. My name is Maya Sanchez. I'm the Executive Director of Progress 321. Progress 321 is a group of purpose-driven professionals who are dedicated to making our region the best place to live, work, and create. We empower and connect professionals across sectors, across generations, disciplines, and cultures. I'm happy to stand here today with our partner representing El Paso Matters, Cindy Ramirez.
Thank you, Maya. I'm Cindy Ramirez, and I'm Assistant Editor at El Paso Matters. We are a nonprofit online news organization that was founded in 2019 by award-winning journalist and our CEO, Bob Moore. We focus on in-depth and investigative reporting in El Paso and across the Paso del Norte region. El Paso Matters and Progress 321 are proud to be supporting members of the El Paso Community Foundation. And we are thrilled to partner with 321 on honoring our change makers in the region as part of Women's History Month.
So, as a former resident of the Bay Area, as well as everyone in this room, as well, and the world for that matter, we're all familiar with the Silicon Valley. Well, today we'd like to welcome you to the Salpicon Valley here in the Southwest. Thus, your lunch today, and we're honoring our women in tech. But in all seriousness, when we made a call for applications for our Changemakers Women in Tech, we were overwhelmed by the work these women are doing. I'm telling you, we have the cream of the crop here in our region. So with that, we're very proud of the work they're doing to help us create the best place to live, work, and play, for that matter. So enjoy your afternoon, and we look forward to honoring our honorees today.
I'd like to bring up our Director of Business Development for El Paso Matters, Bill Pitchcolan.
Good afternoon, everybody. Again, my name is Bill Pitchcolan. I work with El Paso Matters. So I am thrilled to be here today. I wasn't at the Changemakers event a year ago because I've been with El Paso Matters for about a year, but I have to tell you, I'm just very inspired by the talent that we have in this room. So I'm very excited to be part of this. We've got a great committee that helped put this on together. But my role in all of this was to go out in the community and find businesses that wanted to support this event. And the response was overwhelming, and we have a lot of gratitude for that. So I am here to thank our sponsors. We have immense gratitude for our presenting sponsor for this event, which is Microsoft. So as I announce these sponsors, please give them a round of applause because they certainly deserve it. We want to thank Jonathan, Kristen, Vanessa, and the whole Microsoft team here today for their investment. You are truly making an impact on the Borderland, so thank you for being here. And I understand this will probably come out in the speech a little bit that they're coming home too, because there's a local connection here too, which is really, really nice. I would also like to thank our major sponsors, the Electric Company, the El Paso Community Foundation. The Electric Company and the El Paso Community Foundation, they always support us in our goal to bring outstanding programming to this community. So they play a big part in the success of our organization, so we thank them for that. We also cannot thank the following sponsors enough for supporting this event today and supporting the women here today who are leading tech initiatives throughout the region. The UTEP Aerospace Center, the UTEP College of Engineering, the County of El Paso, where are they? I have a friend with the county, Art, and Art, this is a tech event, so I'm having problems with my printer, so maybe you can help me. And if you can't help me, I'm going straight to Vanessa. So, Marathon, Pyrocom Systems, Texas Gas Service, Texas Tech University Health Sciences Center, El Paso, and SQL Data Systems. A particular thank you for SQL Data Systems. They were our very first sponsor to jump on board and get this ball rolling, so thank you for that. On behalf of El Paso Matters and Progress 321, we also want to thank everyone here who bought a table. I see the crowd of the Amazon team back there. Thank you for the spirit, Amazon. So thank you for everybody who bought a table and purchased a ticket to be here today. Now it's my pleasure to introduce a woman in tech who is also a graduate of UTEP's computer science program, Saidi Cohen, co-chair of today's event. And Annalise.
Thank you so much, Bill. I'm Annalisa Cordova Silverstein, and I'm Vice President of Progress 321. And it is our pleasure to be here. Saidi and I are both women in tech, and we reviewed everybody's applications, and we were just blown away. And we know, being women in tech, that it's not easy. Often in our line of work, we're consistently having to prove ourselves. It is amazing to see what a difference encouraging STEM fields in our education pipeline has done for our community since Microsoft launched the TEALS program in 2018. I'm so proud to see them at my alma mater, Loretto Academy, and hear so many more young women wanting to seek a profession in the tech field. An effort to be techie, on your program is a QR code to read the full bio and work of our honorees. Changemakers, as I call your name, please stand to be recognized and remain standing until we read everyone's name. Please hold your applause until all the class has been presented. Chelsea Lamego, co-founder and CEO of FundMiner. FundMiner is a tech startup that simplifies fund management for large fundraising organizations. Maria Fernanda Fiscal, director of Blackstone Launchpad at UTEP. Maria Fernanda is a leader at the UTEP Mike Loya Center for Innovation and Commerce and is dedicated to fostering innovation and entrepreneurship. Julissa Sarmiento, manager of Information Systems and Development at GCU. She is a leader and force in the tech industry, recognized for her groundbreaking work in virtualizing core banking system mainframes. Barbara Walker, Territory Account Manager for Cisco. Barbara is passionate about women in technology, educating a tech-ready force, economic development, and digital inclusion. She is the leader of Digital El Paso. Angie Rodriguez, Supervisor and Electrification at El Paso Electric. Her team is responsible for implementing the first Texas Community Solar Program and the first Demand Response Program with smart thermostats. Rosie Sanchez, Assistant VP of IT for Texas Tech University Health Science Center, El Paso. Rosie has driven positive change, leading cross-functional teams and implementing innovative solutions to drive organizational success. Nancy Lowry, Senior Director of Innovation at the Medical Center of the Americas Foundation. Nancy has worked with regional tech startups for over 20 years. Dr. Kristen Moorhead, Economic Development Officer of Arrowhead Center at NMSU. She has led interdisciplinary initiatives, managing business accelerators, technical assistance programs, and nationwide mentoring networks that have collectively contributed entrepreneurial growth across New Mexico and the Borderplex region. Melissa Silverstein, a Senior Assistant General Counsel for Intellectual Property and Brand Protection at Helen of Troy. She launched a successful International Trade Commission action against Hydro Flask counterfeit products and was granted a general exclusion order for implementation with U.S. Customs.
Okay, we're continuing. Dr. Jessica Urbina, founder and CEO of Infinite Elements, Inc., a leading company utilizing biotechnologies to extract critical metals from mining electro waste. Nadia Kardivchev, IT Computer Science faculty at El Paso Community College. She is a professor of cybersecurity and computer science courses at EPCC. Dr. Martin Severio, Associate Dean of Engineering for People, Culture, and Environment, and Professor of Computer Science at UTEP. She embraces UTEP's mission and strives to make a positive impact on the local community and in research community through her work with students at UTEP. Sandra Lind, Director of Product Management, Insecurity, and Compliance for the Cloud at Deltec. Sandy has had a career providing IT consulting in Washington, D.C. to the FBI, NASA, and other government agencies. Dr. Ana Luna, STEAM teacher at San Elizario High School. She is currently working on integrating biotechnician assistant certification to high school students. Dr. Vinata Jodhar, Associate Professor of Biomedical Engineering at UTEP. Recently, her lab at UTEP used a 3D printed neurosensing bio device for integration during a suborbital space flight, promising groundbreaking advancement in assessing human health in space. Laura P. Butler, Executive Director of Pioneers 21, a business incubator and co-work space. She initiated the P21 Venture Mentoring Service, licensed by MIT, and extended programming to include pitch competitions, educational workshops, internship programs, and e-commerce development for startups using grant funding. Adriana Chacon, IT Director for Workspace Solutions Borderplex. As the first female IT director, she has introduced a paperless system, automated processes, and remote access tools, embodying resilience, integrity, and visionary guidance. Kathy Chen Arriaga, Executive Director for FatLab El Paso, a STEM engagement, digital skilling, and innovation hub at the intersection of education, technology, and community. And the woman that led the path for many computer science professionals. From UTEP, Dr. Ann Quiroz Gaze, Senior Advisor to the Provost for Strategy STEM Initiatives at UTEP. She serves as the Executive Director of Computing Alliance of Hispanic Service Institutions. One of NSF's national includes alliances and a nationally recognized network focused on the recruitment, retention, and advancement of Hispanics in computing. Ladies and gentlemen, please give us a big round of applause to these awesome change makers in 2024. Thank you so much. Now I would like to have our President of Progress 321, Gabe Gonzalez, to come up to stage to introduce our keynote speaker.
It's always that little rush when you get up here and you look out and you're like, God, there's a lot of eyes looking at you. Good afternoon. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Again, congratulations to all of our change makers. We're so excited to have you here with us today. One of the programs Progress 321 leads is an initiative called El Paso Everywhere, where we invite El Paso expats to see the economic development progress of our region over the course of a weekend. We love highlighting the work they do, and we feel proud that they were homegrown from this community. It is my honor to introduce our keynote speaker, Vanessa Feliberti Bautista, an El Paso expat, a woman in tech, and of course a change maker who is a corporate vice president at Microsoft M365 programs. Yes, that program you use every day to manage your calendar, files, and communicate with your coworkers to avoid yet another meeting. Vanessa is a 1987 graduate of Eastwood High School. She received her bachelor's degree in computer science from MIT and a master's degree in software engineering from Boston University in 1993. She is the first Latina engineer at Microsoft headquarters in Redmond, Washington. She's the first woman and Latina engineering manager at Microsoft. She's the first woman of color to receive title of Distinguished Engineer. She is the first woman of color to become corporate vice president in engineering at Microsoft. That is sure a lot of firsts, and I think certainly qualifies her as a trailblazer and change maker in her own right. Vanessa created and continues to support an education and skilling program inside Microsoft called The New Technologist to broaden and diversify the talent pipeline. Over 480 students have gone through the program, 96% of which are now working at Microsoft or other tech firms. Vanessa has helped build and now leads a team of more than 1,500 engineers across 5 continents and is responsible for building the global technology infrastructure that supports worldwide communication leveraged by national governments, Fortune 500 companies, educational institutions, and people all over the world. To give you a sense of the scale, this is my favorite part, those platforms host more than 5.5 million terabytes of data, handle more than 12 billion search requests, 3.5 trillion Teams messages, and over 15 trillion emails per day. Vanessa also leads the engineering efforts that are the foundation of Microsoft's AI ambitions, leveraging decades of experience and knowledge to help usher in the era of AI that will transform how we use technology across work and life. Her leadership extends to building diverse teams, promoting inclusive behaviors, and creating programs that foster innovation. In 2023, Vanessa received the Hispanic Technology Executive Council HITEC 100 Award for Excellence in Technology and the MIT Better World Alumni Service Award, recognizing her commitment to advancing humanity through creative and effective work. Please, let's give a round of applause for our keynote speaker, homegrown talent, Vanessa Feliberti Bautista.
Wow, what an introduction. I hope I don't disappoint. I am so honored to be here today among guests, community members, leaders, and of course, the change makers. Over the past month, I've been thinking about my roots here in El Paso, my journey to Microsoft, and the career that I've built there over the last 30 years. From changing the way the world communicates by building the first global enterprise email system to now building the infrastructure that is powering what we call the era of AI, which will challenge all norms and make us reconsider our policy, ethics, and responsibilities. My journey from a curious teenager to a global tech leader has been shaped by the spirit of this community, the spirit of Mujeres Fuertes, Si Se Puede, and our deep commitment to taking care of our community. I feel fortunate to have spent so much of my formative years to be surrounded by so many bold, strong women. Our community is powered by these women, both visibly and behind the scene. As I reflected on, what does a change maker mean to me? Is a change maker visionary or recklessly insane? Are they a disruptor or destructor? Are they an innovator or an antagonist? Probably a little bit of it all. And when I think about my own life and the change makers, the women who have impacted me, I think about my kindergarten teacher who told my mom from the beginning she was going to have her hands full with me. That I had this abstract mind, that I see the world differently, and that I never fit the mold. To my career advisor, Laura Butler, the first engineering CVP at Microsoft, who literally forced me to take a seat at the table when I was afraid and let my self-doubt paralyze me. And then there's my mom. She has always advocated for what's right for El Paso, influencing City Council to ensure that we created community spaces across El Paso so that children had places to play, like the West Side Complex, Allen Park Community Center, and Blackie Cheshire Park. In large and small ways, these women have fundamentally influenced how I approach the world, my work, and my community. They are my change makers. Now, more broadly to me, change makers are the teachers who inspire the next generation to dream bigger, the entrepreneurs who challenge the status quo, the teenagers who use social media to influence climate action, the caregivers who give comfort and support to those in need, and the individuals who dare to dream big and turn those dreams into tangible realities. They see beyond what is and envision what could be. Change makers take the initiative. They act with courage. And when change is needed, they say, why not me to make that change happen? You know, our rich history here in the Borderland has many examples of people who have fought for change. Take, for example, Amelia Sorrezano de Cardenas, a pioneering advocate from Juarez who fought for girls' education. And Dr. Lawrence Nixon, who relentlessly pursued equality and desegregation in El Paso. And then, of course, there's Supreme Court Justice Sandra Day O'Connor, who made it a habit of breaking glass ceilings. Our region has always been a place for innovation, collaboration, resilience, and progress. Our legacy is one of pioneers, visionaries, trailblazers that can't be divided by some border. And you know, that legacy is alive and well today. Just consider the change makers who are being honored here today, like Maria Fernanda Fiscal and her fierce dedication to fostering the next generation of entrepreneurs and change makers through the Blackstone Launchpad. Or Dr. Gnada Jodar, who is pushing the boundaries of biomaterials and stem cell engineering to solve problems in cardiovascular and neural tissue engineering. And then my dear colleague, Ann Gates, in the back there, I believe she's there, who is a no, she's over here. She moved. You moved on me. You told me you. She is a powerhouse in computer science research, the lead and founder of the Computing Alliance of Hispanic Serving Institutions, and a fierce advocate for diversity in cybersecurity. I want to pause a moment. Please help me, join me in celebrating these change makers and those being honored here today. Now, before I continue, I would like for us to consider the broad economic influence that the Latine and Hispanic community has here in the United States. Did you know 50% of all new businesses in the last 10 years were created by people from the Hispanic and Latinx community. In the United States, the Latinx GDP is $2.7 trillion. To put that in perspective, that is equivalent of France, India, or the UK. Pretty incredible, right? Now, with that global view in mind, let's bring our focus back towards the opportunities that I believe are right here in front of us now. The Borderland is home to some of the best people, the most incredibly powerful and resilient communities, and obviously, we all know, the best food west of the Mississippi. Am I right? People and businesses know that the Borderland is a good bet, and they are making investments based off that knowledge. We can see the impact of what's happening locally by simply looking around us. Nearly 20% of all U.S.-Mexico trade has ties to our region. That is a testament to our strategic location and the strength of our cross-border industries. The Borderland's manufacturing sector has seen remarkable growth and investment, leveraging our strategic location and our drive for innovation in technology and automation. Likewise, the aerospace industry has seen substantial investment and growth, fueled by the collaborations with UTEP and Fort Bliss, positioning our region to be the premier destination for aerospace companies looking for growth and innovation opportunities. The first new dental school built in the last 50 years in Texas was built here in our region, showcasing the opportunity and our ability to impact healthcare professionals in Texas and beyond. There's something special about the Borderland. And if we consider the investments being made across our region, it's clear. The secret is out. And as we look into our future, our region is at this pivot point, next pivotal point for innovation. The world is rapidly changing around us. We have an immense opportunity not only to adapt, but to lead in the era of AI across all facets of our economy. But in order to take advantage of this moment, we must embrace, build, deploy tech that has the power to reshape this region for the better. Just like Julieta Sarmiento, another change maker here today, who's reshaping the finance sector by leveraging technology. I believe all of this is possible. I can't imagine a more conducive environment for change makers, big or small, to do what they do best, turn possibility into reality. And for whatever reality we choose to create, it is our collective duty to foster and invest in our community, ensuring that we create avenues for our homegrown talent with the immense economic opportunity that lies ahead. We must fully invest in all aspects of our community in a way that fosters innovation and celebrates the pursuit of excellence. Now, we already have many things in motion that we should applaud. Take, for example, UTEP's grant from the National Science Foundation to grow talent through research and development. And then there's the Artist Incubator Program based in El Paso that is focused on growing our arts community and our culture. And then there's something very near and dear to my heart, Microsoft's Tech Spark initiative, which is focused on the economic and educational development for local talent across the region. But those programs and investments should not be seen as a place to stop. They're simply the start. Supporting and nurturing our talent in school and the professional world is essential to our long-term success of our communities and economic systems. As an engineering leader, leveraging that abstract mind of mine, one of the things I've learned is about the power of viewing things as systems and platforms. And just as I approach complex software architectures, I've come to see the Borderland as a dynamic economic system with countless interconnected parts. And in this system, I see the platforms upon which we build our future. First, it's the businesses that are the engines that drive our economic success and support the development of our workforce. The universities and schools as the fertile grounds where our talent grows. Our people, the heart and soul of our region, and technology that serves as the catalyst to ignite transformation throughout. Just as a well-orchestrated, well-coordinated orchestra plays beautiful music, a thoughtfully constructed economic system and the platforms it creates can create harmony and opportunity for all. We should recognize that these platforms play a crucial role in our success. Just take today's changemaker Sandra Lind and her platform approach. Sandra is redefining what's possible in cybersecurity while mentoring women in her field, advocating for her community, all while creating career opportunities and pathways for young people. We should follow her example and work to build upon these platforms for the benefit of every individual, every family, and every business. And let me be clear, we is not some abstract concept. We is made up of individuals. Change always starts with a single person, a single idea. It's someone who steps forward, takes the initiative, and sets in motion a chain reaction that impacts the entire system. Each of us possesses the power to be a change maker. Whether you're an innovative entrepreneur, a dedicated educator, a caretaker taking care of your family, or a technologist who is working to secure our digital infrastructure. Your actions hold significance. And it's when these individuals come together with a united purpose, there's no limit to what we can do. Now, as my time comes to a close, I'd like to challenge everyone, not with solutions or answers, but with curiosity, questions. How might we leverage the power of AI ethically to reimagine robotics, manufacturing, or cybersecurity? Can we tap into the power of natural language models to rethink the way we approach accessible and equitable education? In what ways can AI and data analytics help optimize supply chain management for cross-border trade that improves our efficiency and reduces our impact to the environment? With so many opportunities ahead, where do we go from here? Will you be the one that answers these questions? Will you be the change maker that stands up, takes this challenge? Will you be the one that says, why not me? To me, these are not impossible questions. In fact, these are the questions that change makers are energized by. And when I think about the spirit of this community, I truly believe the future is ours for the making. So, I ask all of you, why not us? We are the change makers. Thank you.
so much. We have a gift for you, of course, from a locally owned woman shop here in El Paso, Chuco Relic, and it's a t-shirt that says, Échale ganas. And you for sure have done that for us, representing El Paso and Microsoft.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Vanessa. And before I provide the closing remarks, I'd just like to recognize Representative Cassandra Hernandez, who joined us today. Thank you so much, Representative, for joining us. As we close, I want to thank our sponsors once again, Microsoft, El Paso Electric, El Paso Community Foundation, UTEP Aerospace Center, El Paso County, Marathon, Pyrocon Systems, SQL Data Systems, Texas Gas Service, and Texas Tech University Health Science Center El Paso, and everyone who supported the women here today. I want to thank our committee, Maya, Bob, Bill, Gabe, Valerie, and the very talented women in tech, Melissa Bavina, our marketing chair, who designed the Changemakers identity and managed our website and social media for the event. I want to thank Saidi for being my co-chair. It was really the connection of us both being women in tech that brought us together. Actually, I should thank JJ, who encouraged Saidi to join Progress 321, which then introduced us and brought us together to be co-chairs for this event. That is why I love being in this organization, because it connects me to other professionals who care about moving this community forward and being a part of the Salpicon Valley. Thank you to my previous employer, Hello Amigo, for giving me the opportunity to enter this Women in Tech sisterhood. When Saidi and I shared our stories of what it's like having to prove ourselves in this male-dominated industry, I knew she was the perfect person to help me co-chair this event. And thank you again to El Paso Matters for being our partner and champion this unique Women's History Month event where we can continue to honor changemakers in different industries. We'd like to thank the creative local artist, Kristen Apodaca, for designing the Changemaker scarves, which unites all the honored changemakers in this community. This design bonds us together as women so that we may continue to support and be connected to one another. And another thanks to Jessica Urbina for lending us some of our centerpieces today. Her company, Infinite Elements, inspired us to think resourcefully about our centerpieces. So this concludes our event. Thank you everyone for joining us today. And Changemakers, we'd just like to remind you to join us for photos in the Vista Room with our keynote speaker. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming.